Hello, Andrea. Hello, hello. Hello,
Hello.
guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
Hello,
Wow
everybody.
cast.
Woo!
Did we, maybe we didn't explain what is this wow, what it means. We didn't explain, so yeah, we didn't explain it.
No.
The wow
Yeah.
of, it has two meanings, yeah? I will give one and you give the other. The wow, they are the first letters of the word of wisdom. This is the brand of
Yes.
our teacher, spiritual teacher.
And then it's the energy behind, which is always, wow. I feel in such a great way that I cannot describe with words. I can only tell, wow. This is an aha moment when everything it's aligned. The the spirit just comes and is giving you this experience that cannot be described in
Mhm.
words. So this is what we call
And this is
wow.
why we are here to have these wow moments as soon as often as possible. Indeed, this wow
Yes.
moment. This is in shamanism we call it tengri when we go to this space when we realize something totally unique,
Mm.
different, something that totally transform our point of perception, the way we see life, the way we see ourselves. And this is where a new life, after this wow, a new life starts.
Yes. Yes. With full inspiration and an awakened soul to experience the real path that takes you closer to the spirit, closer to your soul, who you truly are in your heart.
Mhm. So today, we
Yeah.
would like to have, I would like to have with you, and I would like the audience and the people who come to see this video to have many wow moments. We prepared very important topic, very big topic about how to live in this world. Okay, in this world, not in Mars or in the moon or in the mountains alone. Okay, like a hermit, but in this world, in the city, with jobs, with responsibilities, with family, with taxes, with unpleasant neighbors. How to live without falling into stress, burnout, tiredness, losing meaning. You were calling it exhaustion, no? This exhaustion. Uh,
Yes.
and yeah, we are going to have this conversation with Andrea Love, shaman, spiritual guide, who is actually is proposing this topic from the very beautiful work that you are doing with women who are the feminine is the one who find this problem first because for many reasons we will talk later, but the feminine and the woman is finding this kind of mismatch, no, in society. What is your experience when they try to perform? What is your experience
Yes. Yes. Exactly what you said, Pablo. When women come to the one-to-one session, they are all the time complaining that they feel exhausted. And this tiredness that women can feel it deeper than men in this world is because it's such a masculine way of living. All the work that we are somehow pushed to do, this 8 to 5 program, it's something that doesn't include the soul, doesn't include our emotions and what we are actually feeling in our deepest parts. It's all about performing from the level of the mind, showing up, doing and doing more, showing up even when you don't feel like. And all this is repressing the feminine, it's suppressing our emotions. And so women feel like they are very, very tired. And I'm sure also men, they feel this, but it's just the training that men have to not even consider that they are tired anymore because they have to hold it all together and be the strong one. When women, they allow themselves, wanting or not, to feel these emotions because we are so much connected with our emotions. And men, I feel they really cut it, this part of emotional side, because then they might be weak. So we are losing purpose, and we feel tired about
Because
it.
there are so many things coming to my mind now. There are like so many things, ideas, examples, things that happened to me that are connected with
Yeah.
this. How men, yeah, of course, this is a problem for the men. The first, because if the woman who is next to you, that doesn't matter if it is your partner, your mother, your friend, your sister. If she has a problem, you have a problem. I mean, we have a problem together. We are together in this path. We cannot say, no, this is the problem with women because we are together in this path, of course. And yes, the men, we are able to perform, to cut from emotions, to cut from the connection with our body and our sensations, and kind of keep going, and kind of having results. And this may look like from outside things are going well, but
Mm.
inside you may be dying. Inside you may be empty.
Yes, exactly. This is the feeling, dying from within. Because actually, we are not tired that we have done so much, is that we feel tired because we didn't do anything for our soul, anything that comes from pleasure, anything that comes from love. Going in this survival jobs that society is providing for us, it's nothing to do with love, nothing to do with inspiration,
Yes.
nothing to do with pleasure. And so I think that we should find balance in between these two.
Yeah,
This is the
we we need as I feel it, we need a different way to maybe we cannot change everything, at least not overnight. Of course, we cannot change society, and of course, we cannot change our life overnight. Maybe we have this job in the office, yes, but for sure, what we can change is how we are approaching this job, how we are
Mhm.
setting the goals there, how we are using our free time, how we are using our mind, how we are approaching our emotions, so we can start slowly how we can change the relationships in these jobs with the people around, how we can change the place from the place where that we choose the energy to interact with the people, that we can interact with the heart, from the heart or from the mind.
True.
This is the very beautiful work. I want to ask you something, okay? Because I would like to have a bit more clear map about this exhaustion. I don't know if I say it properly. This deep
Exhaustion.
exhaustion,
Yes.
tiredness. Because you said very, very well, it is not a tiredness of after you did many things. It's something that is deeper. What are the qualities that how you would describe this tiredness?
Yes, is this drive that comes from I have to do it, that doesn't have to do anything with your fulfillment. It's just something that you have to do, and you have some energy to do it, but this energy, it's finishing, and so you have to do things without fuel.
And what happened there? How you feel, or how the women you are working with, how they feel, what are the
Yeah.
symptoms? Because I want people to have like a clear frame, like a map of what means to be there. Because for them to recognize.
Yeah, so you need to start to do things, to keep do things that you have to do from a place where you don't feel like. First, you don't feel like
Mhm.
doing it. It's something inside of you that said, no, I don't want to do this. But then comes the mind and say, no, you have to. And so it comes like an obsession that you have to keep going, because if you cannot do this, then you mean that you are weak. So you are not capable of doing. So you try to prove that you can actually, and you go from a place where there is nothing inside. You have no energy to it. And your body is saying, go to sleep actually, but your mind is forcing you to stay there and do more. And we believe that we will rest only after, when we finish, we will feel inside of us like, all right, I completed, now I can rest. But actually it's the opposite. You have to take a break in that moment and go recharge yourself and come back to the work that you have to do. So it's pushing yourself from a place where you have no energy.
Mm-hmm. And yes. Now it came to my mind when that's something that happens very common when we organize here the meditations. Actually, here in this place in this room, we organize the meditations in Brussels. And we have this event that is open, so people can come for first time. Free, they try.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who sometimes they never meditate, and they come sometimes directly from the job. And when they sit and I start playing the drum, or Monica start playing the drum, they fall asleep. That's it. And some of them, they cannot fall asleep because they are sitting in the chair, but they say, if I would have a bed right here, I would go to sleep. This remind me what you said, that there is a moment in which you are not acting anymore from your being. You are acting from some programs in the mind, even from some
Yes.
fears.
Yes. The mind plays fully out in here. Everything is happening the level of the mind. It's the mind convincing itself that you have to do all these things, and there is no connection with your body. It's like fully disconnecting from the feelings in order to perform from the mind, for the mind only. Yeah.
And who is feeding on this is very cool, very interesting question, because if we are losing the energy through this, who is getting the energy? Maybe this personality, maybe.
The mind is gathering more and more energy until we are living only here and we are fully disconnected from our body. This is dissociation, full dissociation from the body. So the mind is getting more and more power. And the body and the being and the soul is losing itself in this process.
And then it comes, which it happens very often, we lose the capacity to feel emotions. This is something very interesting. Some years ago, when I started organizing events here in Brussels, this was one of the things I found the most, and I was not expecting. A lot of women they were coming. They were saying, my intent before the practice, because we had the practice, we put the intention many times. The intention was to be able to feel my emotions. And they were saying, I know they are there, but I don't know how or why. I cannot feel them. I cannot access them.
Yes, yes. You see, for this specific reason, that it's all happening to the mind level, women needed to suppress fully their emotions. Then now they cannot even connect with them anymore. It's so suppressed, this part of us, that it doesn't have not even this little voice to say something. Anytime when the emotion wanted to show you something, you were like, shut up, I keep going, the mind. And so we were losing the power of our emotion, which is the feminine power, the life force. We lost it, and we will keep giving more food to the mind until this now took over. And so we are not able to feel anymore. That's why you see men, they are so like rigid when it comes about emotions. They just don't feel anything at all. At least women, they try, because now we are kind of understanding more and more that we need to process these emotions. But yeah, it's in this period of time I feel like everyone awakes more when it comes about emotions, and they understand that we have to actually see them for what they bring, because these emotions are beautiful gifts. Beautiful gifts are the free flow of life. And so when we are rejecting our emotion, we are rejecting life itself.
Why we do this?
Is
This is a question. Why we say emotions, opening the door to the emotions bring balance and allow us to protects us to enter in this burnout, in this rigid burnout where we lose meaning, we lose energy, we lose vitality, motivation. A question is why are we rejecting emotions?
yes, emotions will bring something unknown all the time. And this unknown, it's something that the mind fears the most. We are conditioned to just go with what the mind knows and feels comfortable. And when it comes about emotions, you are facing something that, oh my God, you don't know what is there. So they are very rough. They are very powerful. And the mind recognizes that something profound is going to be transformed inside of you. And this transformation is very scary for the mind. We cannot see what is behind this, and so we don't want it. But actually, this is the healing part. Whenever we go through the depth of an emotion, we are receiving a big, big healing. And so the only way forward is going through when it comes about emotions.
I remember when we fall in love. When we fall in love,
Mm-hmm.
the emotions are so powerful that you may do anything, even if it is
Yeah,
irrational, even if it is
yeah,
against the status quo of your family, the laws of the family, the law of society, against the
yeah.
money. I don't know. I had so many once. Yeah, I was doing many stupid things. I would say, you see, I say stupid, but they were just out of emotions. Out of emotions, they were.
Mm,
I was able,
yeah.
and then I was able to do things that I couldn't do in another way. If it is not because I was riding this emotion, I was in the wave of the emotion.
Yes, yes, you see, exactly as you say, we have to ride this emotion and see where it takes you. Whereas the mind, you plan it where you go and you go there. But with this one, you don't know where you go and what will take you, what will take from
Yeah.
you. So yes, it will take control. We are losing control maybe when we are in our emotion. And actually we don't lose control. What actually lose control is the mind. The mind loses control, and that's it.
We lose the
But
fake sense of control because what control we have?
exactly, exactly. Yes. And another thing about emotions, why we reject them and we don't want to see, it's because in the society, it's praised very much the mind to be smart, to have goals, to work from the mind. It's everything. You see what is happening in the society. It's all about the mind. And so the emotions will always be seen in the society like a weakness. So because we don't want to show off like weak, we don't even want to feel our emotions. Because then, if you go into an emotion, you might look weak in front of others and even in front of us, because we are so much judging ourselves for not feeling great today. I remember myself before the menstrual cycles, I was so much condemning myself why I am not performing at my normal level of performance, what is happening with me, why I'm not feeling good. I was so much trying to feel great every day until I discovered that actually seeing these seasons that are everywhere in life, in anything that we are doing, and really honoring these seasons and the cycles, this will give me actually the power, the feminine power that I'm looking for.
I
So it was a long journey.
power. Let's go to this because the emotions are a very, very big
Mm,
power. Very big power. And
absolutely.
in one way, it is true in society, it is diminished, rejected, condemned. If you are emotional, it means you are weak. If you are emotional, it means you are unpredictable. So you are not reliable. We cannot trust you. You cannot have
Yeah.
responsibility if you are in an emotional state. It's like in one way, there is a very big condemnation of the emotional
Mhm.
experience. In another way, it is used all the time because, for example, emotions are selling. In the marketing industry, everything goes through emotion. In the entertainment industry, with movies, with TV shows, with video games, everything comes through an emotional experience. There is music, there is violence, there is danger, there is love, there is sex, there is romance. Everything comes through emotions. So what is happening here really? What is really happening? What happened? Can we really master emotions and this can be a tool for us, like a superpower?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Emotions are our superpower. If we understand that they are here to show us the way, then we can really transform the emotions in our spiritual path, a way to understand that you have power in expressing these emotions, but not necessarily into an aggressive way. Because this is the fear. If I will become now emotional, I might become angry, I might become aggressive with somebody else. But here is when we are not using our emotion in the right way, but using our emotions in a way that we want something higher and we go for this. This is a great way to let yourself lead by your emotions. And then also when something is reactive inside of you, if you stay with it, if you stop and listen and see what is the pain actually, what is the wound, because all these emotions, there are some wounds that are surfacing. And so if we stay with it, see what is the wound, and then honor this wound inside of you, give it love, and honor it with all that you are really. Give it time and space to be felt and to then bring it to love. Then we are so much completing our soul. We are bringing wholeness to
And we feel
ourselves.
better. Because this is the whole point of the healing is that we feel better. When we are able to honor our emotions, it is like we don't have the need to hide them
Yes.
because yeah, it's somehow the what I feel is that part of this tiredness is this
Mm,
energy that we are using to keep everything hidden.
yes. Wow. Yes. Absolutely. What you just said now is super powerful. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I had a woman, we were already in a 12 weeks program of feminine freedom, showing up very nicely. We were building up every week, very nice energy. And by the end, something happened and she was trying to hide more and more and more. And I could see that she's not fully in anymore. And then by the end of the program, we really bring it up. And this is what I feel. And she was, I feel exactly this. And she was like, I'm trying to hide. To be honest, I'm trying to hide this. What I'm feeling might be so painful to me that I feel like, what if I will lose myself in this pain? What if I will not be able to process it and then to come quickly, because we want everything to be quickly back. And so she was understanding that the energy that she was putting into hiding these parts of her, it was really going against her a lot. And I feel like the power that we are using to hide ourselves and to not show the truth of who we are, it's eating the soul.
Is eating the toast of our vital energy. Yes, definitely. I will tell you
Yes,
something
yes.
that happened to me. I was this summer. I was in a setup, okay, with some people, and there was a kid. It was a kid, a girl, a kid, 5, 6 years old, and with this kid there was a person of his family, her family, and she was of course expressing all kind of emotions, shouting, and it was late. Yeah, it was late. It was time to go to sleep, but she was full of energy. It was her natural energy was flowing in this moment. She was shouting, moving,
Yes.
singing, laughing, running here, there, and there was a moment that this person who was part of her family, he called her, "Oh, you are crazy." He didn't do it like in a bad way, but somehow there was some level of judgment. I could feel it there because I was in this moment. I was conscious. I could see, and there was this, and I understood in this moment. Of course, it's not a judgment towards this situation because this, unfortunately, is happening all the time. But I could understand in this moment. This is the root of the problem. This is the root. It starts in this moment when we are kids and we have this spontaneous, divine spontaneity, and everything is flowing through us, and the emotions are free. We cry, we shout, we laugh with no limit. And then in our environment, there is a condemnation, and this condemnation is all the time until. And I could see that the kid in this moment, she got sad. His soul closed a little bit in this moment. I could see in front of me and say, "Wow," and it was I will tell you, it was beautiful, the realization to be there, and I felt grateful for seeing this, for understanding the understanding that this brought to me. Of course, it was sad in the same time because I could see this moment, and this is how we start judging ourselves. Yes, these ideas that you are crazy, that you are too much, is very typical for women, connected with the emotions. You are crazy, you are too much. Is like, you need to suppress yourself, you need to take care of yourself, to cut yourself, because like this you are going to, when literally 100% she was just expressing her soul freely in this moment.
Thank you for bringing this up. It's exactly where it's all starting. In our childhood, when they, exactly like your example, they call us crazy, and then this inner girl or inner child, depending on the male or female side, but it's also a child, which is no gender.
Yeah.
And this inside us is crying, and this is actually what is reacting, and that feels all the emotion is this part of us, the inner child. It's feeling all these emotions and wants to be finally parented in the way that it's loving, it is safe to be expressed, it is more than beautiful to hold into a place of love this part of us that is so fragile and sensitive and only wants our love. This is the work that I'm doing with the women. We go back with every emotions that they feel. We go back into the body. We connect with what parts of our bodies it's active, because all these emotions, we hold them in different places of our bodies. And so from there, this pain is reminding us of something. It's a memory always coming from childhood, always when we were shushed, when we were expressing the most beautiful parts of ourselves. And so this part who was never listened, never allowed to be fully expressed, it's still suffering inside of us, and it's bringing now these mature expressions of anger or whatever emotions we feel. It's all coming from this place of the inner
This is
child.
very, very beautiful. To once I was having bad emotions, and I went to our teacher Alexander, and he told me exactly this, because I was condemning. The emotions were heavy, were unpleasant, were bitter a bit, and then he told us the this anger you feel now is the joy that you couldn't express before.
Yes.
Oh, in this moment, the way I was observing this anger changed immediately. It was not anymore condemnation. It's like to understand, wow, this was a joy originally. What happened? What was the? It's like the water when they get stuck in one place. Originally, it's fresh water, clean water that is coming from the mountain, but when it gets stuck in the side of the river, it's not flowing anymore, meaning it's not going out, it's not expressed. The water gets poison, becomes poison. It is happening in nature, and the
Yeah.
same happens in us like this.
Yes, yes. That's why it is so beautiful to have places where you are safe and you are encouraged to express your emotions without being judged, without somebody to try to fix you, but to just be allowed to express your emotions. It is really healing to have women's circles, for example, or to have gatherings with spiritual people as we have in all our retreats, where everybody is allowed to feel their emotions. That's why we come back after these retreats so empowered, so content, and you feel like you were living 1 year in 1 month, because you were experiencing so many inner emotions, I think, inner experiences, emotions. I feel like it's life, it's so connected with emotions. And I had felt so many emotions in my life. For me, this part of feeling and emotion was what drive me to study psychology, to study after shamanism, all these things, because I was like, I'm feeling too much in every situation I have been. I was too much, expressing too much or crying, even joy. Because also, if you have intensity into your emotion, you go to the deepest sadness, but then you go in ecstasy. So the same depth, it's going in both sides, lower and higher. And so I was feeling and experiencing so much intensity that I was always considering that something must be so broken inside me, because I never saw somebody like this and they were condemning it. I was always too much. Until when I get into this school, in our WOW school, and I realized that these emotions are my biggest gift and power. And the power to feel is what will make me a healer, actually. It's what will help me to hold space for others to feel their emotion. And so here I am doing the circles for women. So it was really empowering, and I feel for everyone, it's so great to understand that these emotions are so sacred, are so divine. There is nothing wrong with feeling. I would love everyone who is listening to this to just pay more attention to their emotion from after this podcast, to really get this understanding that there is your power in your
Yes, your
emotions.
power. Actually, now because we are starting the autumn, and the
Yeah.
energy of autumn is the invitation to go inside, is the part of the cycle who goes after the summer. Summer represents the activity, a young energy, when we go to the world and we act. Yeah, we do what we want to do, we make a trip, we have a date with someone that we like, we have a nice party that we organize. Represent the actions in the external world. After the actions, because yeah, this is what we were talking, we are, maybe this is the center of everything. We think that we are here to create things in the world, in the physical world, in the material world, but actually this part of the creation in the material world is just one part of the cycle, which is in the middle.
Mhm.
The real goal here is way deeper, is to awake your soul. This acting in the world, performing in the world, yes, having success, sometimes having failures in the world, it's just a way to have experiences. These experiences later, in the autumn, which is a part of the cycle that you go inside, it help you to contemplate the results of your actions and your experiences. Then you have emotions, you have maybe memories, sensations, feelings, you have all kind of. But I wanted to ask you, because you talk about power, okay, and this is super important to understand, okay. Later we'll go to this part of the cycle, which comes later, okay. But before, even if we want to perform in the world, and if we want to do great things in the world and to have results in the world, the emotions, they are key for this. Usually, I make this difference between higher emotions and lower emotions. Lower emotions, I don't call them in this like negative, but the emotions, let's say, from the second chakra, which has the sensations, pleasures, desires, which when we lose this, we become depressed without desire. And these are lower emotions, which is a feminine chakra too. And the higher emotions, love, compassion, forgiveness, which we 100% needed to keep going, because the path is full of failures, full of relationships, full of people. We cannot do great things without relationship with people. If we are not able to forgive, if we are not able to feel love for people and love for what we are doing, everything becomes empty, meaningless, mechanical.
Yes, yes. The formula that you just said for a balanced life is to also feel, love, and express. This is exactly the feminine formula from the chakras point of view, to keep ourselves connected with what we feel in the body, with the body sensations, to have the power to empathize, to feel compassion, mostly for
Mhm.
ourselves and then for others. And then to be able to express all this. Because you see, because this is the hardest part. Here is where we are blocking very much, because we are not able to express love in our
Mhm.
families the way they were showing off our parents in front of us was not love at all. We have no role model again about how to express our love. I remember parents, because I was 10 years a teacher, and so the parents were coming and they were not hugging, not kissing. Oh, it's a shame, don't do this in front of the child. And so the child, what will understand? That this is not something that they should do, to kiss, to hug, when we are so much craving for these things. This is what is co-regulating
Mm.
us between human beings. When we come and give a hug, we kiss this person, it's already bringing the spirit inside of them. They already feel calm, they feel relaxed, they feel that they belong, and everything is settling inside their hearts and their mind. So
Yes, now
yeah.
imagine create a project without this energy. How the project will be? Imagine to create, like a community maybe, or a project, or a goal, or a company, or a
Mm.
business without love.
Yes, this is our societies.
What?
This is the project that it's called
Yes,
society. Nothing to be, the love there is love for money
which
only.
is not love,
Nothing more.
because love for money is like comes from a scarcity 100%.
It's like ego, pure
Then
ego.
yes, then you have destructive projects, and this is
Yeah.
how you destroy yourself.
Yes,
When love
exactly.
is not included and emotions are not included in your journey, whatever it is the project
Mm.
you have, you can see in the macrocosmos of the society, then you have companies that they are destroying the nature, there are companies that they are building weapons, there are companies that they are doing all kind of dirty things with money online, with all kind of, and they don't have any kind of, they lost love 100%, and it's everything the law of money. And of course, this is like this, I don't want to enter like in society level, because here we are working with ourselves,
Yes,
but then
yes,
you can understand what will happen if in the project of our life there is no love. It will be destructive,
yeah.
it will create destruction.
Absolutely. And going back to the exhaustion, when you actually start a project out of love and out of inspiration, and then you are keep going with this, it's coming to be more logical, it's coming to the level of the mind, and then you find yourself working for some days from this level, and then suddenly the inspiration is gone, the love is gone, you just know that you have to do because you set yourself up for all these tasks and you gave yourself all these deadlines. And so here is where the exhaustion is coming. The first sign of exhaustion, to go back to our topic, is really losing the love and the inspiration for what you are doing, even though this project came from your heart. So here is absolutely clear that the energy that it was in the beginning, it's not manifesting in this very moment. So here is a moment where you need to step back. And actually, this happened to me a few days ago. I was so much trying to finish all these tasks. And then I realized that it's now 8 o'clock in the evening and I'm still in front of my laptop and I didn't done nothing. So I was not productive at all. I couldn't see nothing. I was just having more ideas and more going on in my mind. And I was in this state for 2 days now, and I checked in with my body. I realized I don't feel love. I don't feel inspired. I'm feeling like fucking tired, but I'm still trying. I'm trying. I'm desperate to have these things done. And then, thanks God, I could step back. And for 2 days, I'm just going in nature, enjoying the sun, the lake, and the energy of nature, going back to the
Mm.
earth.
It's
Yeah,
so important. So nature is one way. Nature is one way to come
absolutely.
back, because yeah, you said something. We all we have the initiation. All our projects start like this, actually. Not only the business
Mhm.
or professional projects, our romances, our love stories, our relationships. Yeah, in the beginning, they are the highest. The first dates and the
Mm.
first months and the first weeks, and we create this image of my God, this is going to be, this is the person of my, the man of the woman of my life. We experience
Yeah.
this on a man, this very high, and we want this relationship to keep this. We want this relationship to keep this magic. We want it. Eh, there will be people who will tell you, hey, it's impossible. Okay, I'm not even saying if it is possible or not. We want it. Imagine it is possible. You want it. You want this magic. You want this magic and this all the time there. And the same with your project, with your when you start working in your office, in your company, or in your personal project, you have something very high. You want to arrive to a place of freedom and power, or beauty. Something higher is calling you. But then this happened that something,
It's
yeah,
finished.
there is, how we call it, we call it the gravity of life. When you have thousands of millions of people around vibrating in the level of only the material results, if you allow yourself to be passive and you become unconscious and you go with the flow of society, you end up there where you say, being only for the material and losing love, losing the highest, losing the spirit.
Yes.
So how can
Yeah.
let's talk about how we can prevent this, how we can have more balanced life, so we keep this love, we keep this spark, we keep this drive, this motivation, this energy, this enthusiasm.
Yes. It is the balance between feminine and masculine. The part of us that has to do
Hmm.
things and the part of us who wants to
Hmm.
feel
Yeah,
good.
because doing is not bad.
So
This is important to understand. To this,
no, no, they are all
yeah,
great. They are all great. But as we speak in this moment, we are very much into the masculine way. So because of this, we try to go more into the
exactly.
feminine. So that's the thing. We need to see and check in where we are. Are we too much into
Mm.
doing things and we don't have time to enjoy our life, or we are enjoying our life too much and we don't have a
Yeah,
direction to
exactly.
go, an action
Hmm.
plan. So this is, we all the time have to see where we are, and the balance is all the time on the other
Hmm.
side. So not to go in the extreme of doing too much, not to go into the extreme of having lots of pleasure and only
Hmm.
pleasure. This is not being into extremes, going to have a little bit from here, a little bit from there. And I experience during the day, if I can tap into my masculine and then go for a break into my feminine and go again for my masculine and go again to my feminine, this is very beautiful. It's a dance that it's guiding me to have a very productive day, to finish somewhere where I feel at the end of the day, today was a good day. I feel
And
great.
you feel good. You
Or
feel
on
good
the
after
other,
this. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Or on the other side, you feel, oh, I feel like I was trying to do so much today. I haven't done
Mhm.
much and I keep stressed. I have to do a lot tomorrow, even more harder. Or on the other hand, today feminine. Today I just slept. I had this ice cream and then I was just moving from one room to the other. I met a friend and then we went for a coffee. And then here is my project and my work, what I would like to do. But now I feel so lazy and tired. I just want to sleep. So let's maybe procrastinating for tomorrow and tomorrow for
Mhm.
tomorrow. And so we never get into our
This is the
masculine.
unbalanced feminine. Super, super.
Yes, yes.
So
The unbalanced feminine and the
let's say
masculine.
for the
Yeah,
person, because we are talking today about the person who needs more feminine, person who gets this burnout and needs to enter in the
yeah.
motion. both men and women. It is more common in women, but for men too. How to step into the feminine to make more, to manifest more balance in our daily life.
The most easy is to go in nature,
Nature.
to connect
Nature.
to connect with Mother Nature, the feminine energy of this earth.
Mhm.
Whenever we go in nature, we connect with the etheric energy that is healing us. It is giving us vital energy. It is giving us the senses in the
Mhm.
body. It's
Yeah,
bringing
yeah.
us back into our bodies. And so here the mind is quiet and you start to feel more. And this is where we go for the second tip, feeling. Allow yourself to feel. And these feelings are all the time happening in the body. So it's very much connected with the body, this feminine energy. Let yourself to come back to your body. Maybe you have to go to have an ice bath if you are a man. This will help you feel. This will drop your mind because what to think in this cold water, you will feel. So depending of if you are a man or a woman or also about your preferences, you can go for an ice bath, you can go for nature, you can go for dance. For a woman, it's so powerful to move your hips, to start to feel pleasure as you move. And then I can say that journaling, it's also something that was extremely powerful tool for me to journal about my emotions and
Emotional
see.
journal. Yes.
Yes, and see during a day, at the end of a day, what did I felt today? What emotions were
Mhm.
showing up? Because you see, it's great to express these emotions, but we don't go to the other person and say, "You stupid, look what you've done." This is a way to express your emotion. But we try to express emotions in a way that it's healthy, for ourselves and for others. We don't harm with our emotions. This is the wounded
Mhm.
feminine who is always projecting her feelings in somebody else. And so she is never able to see herself. So that's why it's great to take this journal as a practice to express your emotions in a way that it doesn't create harm. And so between us and our emotion, it should be a pause in which you realize that this is my experience, doesn't have to do nothing with this person. What I can do with it, maybe I can write it, maybe I can dance it out, maybe I can take it with me in nature for a walk, whatever you can do. Maybe I can go to a boxing sack if you are a man and really express this
Mhm.
anger,
I remember.
or esoteric martial arts. We have so many
I like very much
practices.
you said the word responsibility. Responsibility. I want to come back to this later because this is key in the journey to
Yeah.
explore the emotion. I want to tell you two anecdotes came to me while you were talking. The first, one of the practices that actually we do in the men's academy that we do with Alexander, uh,
Mhm. It's
and it's
coming.
coming. Yes, in February we'll have the next one, men's academy. Um, it's a retreat only for men.
Mm.
Once, twice a year. One we do it in Romania, in your country, in the mountains. And one of the
Yes.
practices is to enter in a nice river. And I remember last time we were this year, we were entering in the river, and one of the guys was there in the river entering for first time. And remember, Alexander was telling him, shout, shout the fuck everything out, take it all out, like take all the emotions out. Then it really catch me because I mean we were shouting like animals because it was not about you endure this by showing how man and stable you are and like this. It was a emotional practice, a practice to allow the emotions to go out. And I remember how he was telling us, guys, shout everything out, take it out, all of it, fully, fully, fully. And this is the practice. Actually, we were in a very remote place, thanks God. We could shout as when we were naked there in the river, and it was very, very powerful experience. And it was an emotional practice, to tell you the truth. It was a practice to connect with them in a masculine way, but to be able to process them, to take them out, because it's very difficult for the men. I could see all of us with a lot of emotions, calm, rigid. So yes, this is one way for the men. And I wanted to share another memory I have, very beautiful. You said yes, we go to nature to feel. Immediately nature take you to the sensations. When you were saying, I was having the same thought in the same moment, to the sensations, which is the second chakra, takes you to feel immediately. This takes you out from the mind. One of the practices that we do in our retreats, that personally me, I consider is one of the most difficult practices, even more than the ice bath. And I always put it the last day of our retreats. I don't do it before. Only when the people is enough ready, they have enough energy, and they are open enough. Is the practice of the massage. The practice of the massage, in which one of the person lay down, one of the participants of the retreat lay down. Usually we do groups, and over 5, 6 people around give a massage to this person, a massage out of love, a massage to relax, to the
Yeah.
muscle, to the joints. And you have in this moment 6, 7 souls around you, giving you really attention and love through the body, and you feel it. And then you can see two things there when this is happening. How for some people this is very difficult, because this takes you directly to the emotions. There is no way you enter in the state of physical connection with so many people in a setup with open heart, and you don't go directly to you. So some people, they in the beginning they get very stressed, like, wow, this is totally different thing that we do in society. It's like dangerous. What is this?
Awful.
Is this awkward? Are we going to need to touch each other? Yes, we are going to touch each other. We are going to touch each other with love. It is the first thing we do when we are born in this world. We are touched. We are touched all the time. And then you can see the second reaction is the people who actually, when they open and they have for first time this experience, they may cry. Some of them, they cry. They enter in such a deep emotional state, and they connect with so many emotions, and they through this touching they receive this tenderness that they want, because then this connect them directly with emotions, and they cry, or they are in ecstasy, or they cannot even talk in this moment. And it's just very simple actually practice, but it's very, very, very powerful.
Yes. Yes. I remember because I'm doing this practice as well in my retreats. One of the women, while she was crying, she shared that she's feeling maybe for the first time so loved, so cared for, so seen, so felt. And so we were just feeling her emotions, can when in a circle, in a gathering, in a space where somebody feels and heals something, it's going like a wave of healing for everyone. And this is the power of emotions. We can heal like in a group by just one of us feeling. We can all get a part of this healing in our etheric bodies. So in this way, we can heal the world.
Yes.
If just one of us comes and it's vulnerable and it's expressing these emotions in front of some others, we can heal the world. And I feel like more people will come up for this, and this is going to happen. At least in our communities, this is what is happening. We are healing each other by just feeling.
Yes, it's very natural. We have it there, and sometimes we even give it for granted. But it's a treasure to have this community, these people that they don't judge you, they know you. They don't judge you, but they know you. They know you fully. We know each other fully, you can be yourself 100%, because one way to go to the emotions, say this, through sensations, through nature, through practices. Another way is choosing the right relationships, the right people around, the tribe. How important is to have the right person who is able, yeah, maybe this person is not a spiritual guide. It could be, but maybe it's just a friend. But is there any friend in your life that you can see it and be 100% you? The right relationships. This is another way that we can use. Or for example, I know when you cannot express this emotional side in your own relationship with your own partner. What to do there?
Yes.
What to do there? This is a good question. What to do there, Andrea?
Yes, you see, that's why we have spiritual communities. That's why we have soul families, because you cannot express these feelings inside your family or with your closest ones, because they will understand that your emotions are actually a problem for them, like a threatening for them. They feel like they are not good enough because you have all these emotions which might be connected with them. So we need to remove ourselves from our families with the intention to heal ourselves in different spaces where there is safety for us to express, to heal, and then to come back with the healthy part of us and with love in our hearts. And so they will also heal by just having us as the expression of love.
Yes. Yeah, this to
So, women's circles, spiritual gatherings, retreats, spiritual practices, meditation, anything that has to do with you going out of your mind. It's something that helps you to go to the emotions. Because we actually have these parts: the body, the emotions, the mind, and the spirit. So, whenever the body, we have it anyway, we just need to take care of it. The emotions are a little bit gone and off because the mind is so grown up now. And so all our energy goes here. When we go back to feel in our bodies what is happening, there is also God, also the spirit is there. Because actually the spirit wants to guide us through our emotions, how we can complete our soul. This is what the emotions are a sign, an energy from the spirit to go this way or that way. And so when we are able to listen to our emotions, we are able to listen to God.
yes. There is
I
there is something. There is
yeah.
something when we want to make this change, when we want to make this decision, because you said we have to remove ourselves from the family and to go to another setup, another setting with the people they are open, with the tribe, with the events, retreats, excursions. Some people who are, doesn't matter, yoga, meditation, whatever is calling to you, okay? But when is the moment to make this change, to say, okay, I'm going to create a bit of distance with the family, I'm going to create a little bit of distance with my friends or with my routine. There is an obstacle there. It feels like a betrayal, you know. This loyalty is
Mhm.
like I am going with these unknown people to open myself,
Yeah.
and I cannot be authentic with my family. I cannot be real. I cannot be authentic and emotional with my partner or my friends. How to handle this? Because sometimes it's true, the partner, the family, the friends, they don't want to deal with their emotions. And if you come with your emotions and you try to express them, they will
They-
push the panic button, and they will say, no way, because if you bring your emotions, I will start feeling my emotions. I don't want this. So But in the same time, it is very there is a traumatic experience. There's to create distance with these very close people. How to do this?
Yes, to understand from what place you are doing. It's not that now you hate your family and you just want to keep it at distance. It's that your intention is to create more love in your family. And you can see that by speaking your truth and sharing your emotion, it's not the way because they will react. So instead of creating harmony and love, you are creating conflict. So absolutely, that's not the way.
Mhm.
You go in the other setting to make sure that your family is not hurt in this process. You protect them for not being hurt. And it's an act of love going out and trying to take it in your hands because it's taking responsibility, what we were saying
Mhm.
before, taking responsibility that these things are inside of you. It's not your family's fault. They don't understand this. They cannot see it, but you can because you are aware. And so you go and try to find solutions for your soul to bring yourself into a place of wholeness and love. And so then you can bring this back to your
Mhm.
family. And then you will not need to express these emotions with your family anymore.
Mm.
You can
You
just
will be
love them.
clean from this. You will be in
Yes,
a
yes,
inspired, positive state, and you will transform like this the relationship with your family. And same
yes, yes.
with your partner, I suppose you can do the same because
Oh,
can
yes.
be
Oh,
yes.
oh, Vidyu had the biggest blessing of his life when he was not in the position to fulfill all this big emotional field that I have and needs. And I could go and I started to organize the women's circle and I could feel this emotions into another place. And I was just coming back home fulfilled in love, just wanting to share love with him, not my problems anymore, not that doesn't do this and this and he should be more loving, he should be more caring, he should buy me flowers, he should so many things to satisfy my emotions. And now finally this was done and he was so happy about the women's circle. It's great to just remove your partner from needing and for needing him to find
Wow, this
support
is this is
so much
this is very good.
emotionally.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much for sharing this beautiful story, and it's amazing because you are saying there was this moment in your life when you started to organize the circles and your activities. It was like an act of responsibility where you decided to take all your emotional journey and all your emotional backpack and not to put it anymore through your family or your partner, but to use it to create something.
Yes, yes, yes. And you see, it's coming everything from an emotional need or emotional
Mhm.
desire. Yes, exactly, exactly. Wow, thank you for bringing clarity into
Like
this.
this is a
I feel like
wow
this
moment.
is
We had a wow
yes,
moment.
wow,
Yes.
wow, wow. Yes, I feel you, Pablo. You have this specific power to give to women clarity. So thank you for always bringing clarity. And girls, watch out. Pablo is doing wow things.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
Thank
beautiful. It's
you.
beautiful to have some these realizations to see, to learn in a spontaneous way while we are sharing.
Yeah.
Really, actually, we learn from everything that we it's flowing through us like this, and I love this. I love this because it's like how is the declaration of empowerment of I'm going to take all my emotional power, all my emotions, and I'm going to manifest them in my life. How? Of course, it's an emotional power. So you created an emotional community, an emotional activity where emotions are included
Yes.
because you make a circle, you invite emotions and the testimonies and the confidence and the confessions and the prayers of everyone. So there is a lot of emotions. I suppose there is place where women can share what they bring with them.
Yes.
I suppose you have some
Mm.
meditation process too, where you can
Yes.
explore.
Yes. Yes, that's the thing, because we in between, I see a lot in between our friends, we share lots of emotion, like emotional
Mhm.
baggages. And so instead of meeting up with our friends and share positive vibes, because this is why we have a friend for. We come with all this baggage and now we throw it in front of our friend. And even though this person was happy before, now he is in his pain or her pain again. So this is a traumatic bond, trauma bond, exactly, trauma bond. We come to this place where our negative emotion is bringing negative emotion in others, and this is what we call now
Mhm.
relationships. Somebody to really take from you all the things that you cannot process. And I really like coming into a circle. For example, we share, yes, we bring all these things up, but then we do something with it.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
process them through a ritual, to a shamanic ritual, to drumming, to meditation, to dancing, to something. You don't stay with this. You go there, you open up, to transform all these things into joy, into power, into higher
Mhm.
emotions. Whereas when we are meeting with our friends, we might think that we are vulnerable, but actually we are complaining about our life and the other person complains as well. So, finally, somebody's complaining with me. We are both suffering. So this is how life is. Okay, let's
Yes.
suffer. It's okay to suffer. Actually, everybody suffers, and this makes you to feel okay
Because
about
of course, when
yourself.
you complain, there is no any act of responsibility. It's actually the opposite. You will start complaining from the perspective that the emotions that I have, they are because other people they are not doing what they have to do, or because the world is not as it should be, or because my life. So in the
Yes.
moment there is a complaining, we enter in the loop where we cannot take the responsibility for the relationship. I like it very much. I like it very much because yeah, we have first to break this layer, yes, of open for the emotions. This is the first like
Mm.
border, let's say, the first limit, challenge, threshold. We need to be able to enter in the emotional place of our life. That is suppressed and is just happening in anger, in reactions, or not happening at all.
Mhm.
And this is draining our energy because we need to it out, push it down all the time. But once we open
Yeah.
for the emotions, then there is this second step, which is taking responsibility for this fully. To understand that this is our energy. It is not to be blame my partner or my family, or my job or my boss, or to take full responsibility of the emotion and to use it. This means to take full responsibility, to use it, to understand this power. There is an amazing power
Yeah.
in the emotions. I don't know. I would like to have, I don't know if you can give me some example of a woman who mastered the power of the emotions and did something great in life.
Mhm. I think the biggest archetype is
Mhm.
Cleopatra. She is the biggest archetype of a very powerful woman who is in full control of her emotions and feminine power. And she goes in the manly world and she's doing anything she wants with the king of this
Mhm.
country. And she is really manipulating, but not from a sense of negative things. She's going out of love. She's doing all this out of love. And so she is a high priestess, what we will say, to bring all this love to for the country. But behind all of this, she was taking care of her feminine energy. She was around 20 women taking care of her, sharing emotions and making herself beautiful. So she was having this tribe of women behind. And then she would go in the world and she was doing anything she wanted just because she had this power of emotions. And I remember myself using this power of emotion. That's why it's a little bit dangerous for our society when a woman knows her value and she is moving her body in a way that she knows that she is holding this power. She is unstoppable. No one can do anything to this woman. You can even go into the petrol station, have your gasoline, and then say to the guy, you know what? I'm smiling beautifully. I'm coming to pay later. I have no money with me right now. Can I come please later? This man, just because you smile and he saw your beauty, he's already, fuck it, even if I will pay for her today, let her go. She gave me the most beautiful smile
Yeah,
today.
you put him in a state of grace. The beauty and love has the potential to put a person, any person, even women, men, in the state of grace. It's like when we go, for example, when we do the retreats in Peru and we go to the sacred mountains and we see this beauty. When we experience beauty, any kind of beauty, we enter in the state of grace. Women can do this with her beauty, with her feminine energy.
Yes,
Another
yes,
thing is how you use this. And this is another
mm,
conversation because this power has been condemned and it should not be condemned because it's a power, it's a tool that you can use it for the spirit or you can use it for your ego, for your sense of scarcity, for your
yeah,
fears. The same that the masculine energy. You can build with your masculine energy, you can build a temple to the spirit, to God, or you can build a business who is destroying the jungle and is putting a lot of pollution in the ocean, you know. So it is how you
mm,
use it, how you use it.
yes, yes, yes. I remember now as we speak how I was using this power. I was going with my emotions in any situation.
Mm.
For example, there were some legal stuff to be done in Romania to sell my apartment, let's say, and I knew that there are no meetings today for this specific reason which I wanted. But I was going with a smile, with the power inside of me that I will have this done because it's my only day in Romania. So I have to have it done today. Tomorrow I'm flying back to England. So there is no way, just today. So I really need it today. And I was going with all this love and smile, and I would say, look, this is my situation. Tomorrow I'm leaving. Can you please help me to have this done? I understand it's not the day today, but I really need this. Please help me.
Mm.
And smile and stay in my heart.
Yes.
And I was always opening doors with this in any situation. There is no way in which a woman cannot enter if she is smiling and she's giving her
And
heart.
this is what happens when you master the power of the emotions. Then you are able to talk from the heart, and this destroy walls, and these open hearts, open another heart, another
Yes.
possibilities and opportunities, and bring opportunities and manifest things. I had another example came to me. This woman, Frida Kahlo, who had an accident, and she had a very difficult situation from the point of view of the physical body. She had a lot of emotions with this. Of course, she could have gone depressed, totally down, low. However, she took all this emotional backpack that came with the accident with her karma, and she used it for painting. She used it for paintings, and she became one of the most famous painters in the world, or maybe the most famous painter in the history, by channeling all this emotion into something, channeling this emotion into something. And this is power. This is power. She became more powerful than her husband, who was the most famous painter in the country back then. Um, so yes, this is the power of the emotions. It's not only that you actually balance yourself and you feel better, which you feel, and you feel more meaning and more power, is that you can do amazing things because you can communicate with emotions. You can talk emotionally. You can move emotionally. You can put
Yes.
this is magic. This is magic. This is the essence of magic.
Yes.
When you are able to connect emotions with words and you send the messages with emotion. This is how the high priestess, the witches, the druids in different countries, they were calling them differently, how they were doing magic. And the same, magic,
Yes.
you can do it for the spirit and the highest, you can do it for your ego. This is another conversation. But the power of magic, it is connected with the emotions, with how you are able to
Yes.
put emotion in everything. When we do amulets, shamanic amulets, we bring emotion to them, different qualities and different archetypes through the emotion. And like this, you can open doors and do amazing things in this world, even in the world as it is
Yes.
today. Even in the world as it is today.
Yes. Yes. Channeling energy through the emotions. And maybe we should have another episode in which to speak about really how to channel these emotions in a healthy way. But
Yes.
that here is the fear. I feel like this is the biggest fear. That if we gonna allow these emotions, then we're gonna destroy
Yes.
everything.
It is. I saw this video. You know, these videos, they are now very viral in social media, that they have a pipe and the pipe is stuck, and they put a very
Mhm.
big pressure of water, and in the beginning what is going out from the pipe is just mud, dirt, terrible things like terrible substance, slow, thick, dense, and after a while it comes the free water, the clean water after a while. Yes, when the thing is, when we approach to the emotional for first time, to the emotional world, to our emotions for first time, you have these first layers of dirt, these first layers of anger,
Yes.
rejection, frustration, heaviness, that somehow you need to go through it. And then it is very good to have this intelligence to know how to process it, how to express it, so um, we don't hurt people. We don't, when it is not necessary. We don't create, we don't destroy things around with these negative emotions.
Yes. Yes. Very beautiful example, because you see, if the pipe will always stay dirty,
Mhm.
the water will always pass through this dirty water and the water will always be dirty.
Yes.
But if we finally remove this pipe, then we can flow
Yes.
clean, beautiful
Yes.
water. And so this is our emotions when we have them inside, but we never see them. All our energy goes through the lens of these emotions. And so we can create this type of relationship, toxic, abusive, and something that we just don't want to have. But because of these emotions that are still there, we can only attract this type of
Mm.
persons. But when this is clean, then you process them in a safe place, then you can really attract something else because your energy is clean
Yeah,
now.
this is another interesting topic. When
Lots of
the-
topics about emotions. Really, we can talk
when
forever. This is infinite.
yes, when the people we attract, they are bringing us conflicts and problems, that they are actually revealing the emotions that we are suppressing and we are avoiding. When we
Yes.
attract the same partner, with the same
Mm.
mechanism or the same conflict to our life. It is talking to us about emotions that we are avoiding, that we are hiding. And actually, life is helping us in this moment to uncover them, to see them, to find, to see what we are hiding, what we are avoiding in of our emotional world.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I wanted to, Andrea, to close a bit the. I mean, I don't know if it is possible to close this topic, but at least for the moment, to ask
Mm.
you summary how you feel all this journey that we had today together, and what you would say to a woman or a man who is suffering now from a mechanical, compulsive, obsessive doing, how this person can balance and come back to the emotions and balance it.
Yes, I feel like today we were bringing a lot of emotions here, or at least myself, I felt a lot today. So thank you for creating this space where I could express a lot of emotions. And for the people who are suffering out of this imbalance, I would say that you are not alone. This is a sickness that we are all passing through, and it is the way forward. Even we don't like it, and maybe you want to just go and try to hide. This is the way towards
Mm.
balance. And as long as you feel that this is not something that you like in your life, you already feel. And this is great. To go into the feelings, it is something that already takes you out of your mind. So let this be felt and stay with it. Offer love to this place of you because it is your inner child wanting to ask your love. And so just feel it as much as you can and go in places where you can express this. And I really love you.
Oh, so beautiful.
I really love you, all these people who allow themselves to feel, and you are not alone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They are the real deal, the real people, the real courage to do this, to enter in this space.
Yes, it's very big courage. And we feel like actually this is losing our power, but this is actually taking our power back.
Definitely.
So I believe in these people who have the power to feel.
Yes. So yes, I would like to make a summary from my side too, because I had a lot of realizations,
Yes, Pablo, what you have to
a lot of
say.
moments.
Yes.
This the, it is very good. It is very necessary to start our life and projects from this place of love, and this generally we do it. Yes, when we start something, we started because we love something that we want to achieve or experience. But unfortunately, we are, yes, this world is a world that is not welcoming emotions. We're talking about it's not welcoming emotions. Emotions, for many reasons, they are a threat for the world. When I say the world, I don't mean the earth. I see this society we create, this artificial way of living, is not welcoming the emotions. So the tendency of general tendency of everyone, almost everyone, is losing this spark, is losing the emotion, putting them down. And then
The inner
the
spark.
inner spark, that's why we call it, that's why we call our brand inner spark, because we want to reconnect with this. And then it's very funny because doesn't matter what you are doing, even if you are doing spiritual work, even if you are in an office. I was saying this a couple of days ago in a shamanic gathering. We went a shamanic gathering there in UK, and they asked me, "What is your intention here?" I said, "Look, I came here to shake myself because I need it once in a while. Because it doesn't matter that I am doing all the time spiritual things, workshops, retreats, and all my life is around, all my work is about around spirituality. If I became passive, I become passive, I become a bit unconscious, I go in the flow of just paying attention to the material things. Everything is a pragmatic. Everything becomes things that I have to do. And then I lose the spark, I lose my heart. So I came to this gathering because I want something to shake me, to put me back in connection with my emotions and my enthusiasm. So this was my intention. So this force, this pull, this gravity, it is acting on us all the time. So we need to, in this world, if we allow ourselves to go without, let's say, accidentally, we'll end up in this place which is gray, without emotions, with tiredness, without motivation, without drive. This is the gravity of life. This is how where this world take us slowly. Sometimes, like you said before, without you noticing very much, it takes you there without you realizing. So we need to make real active movement towards emotions. Emotions are one key element to balance this, to bring back this life, this light, this colorful experience. Now it came to my mind when we go to the jungle to Peru to do ayahuasca, which is full of color experience, full of emotions, full of wow, many, and you come back and you are like wow, like new, and you could say, my God, you could get crazy from all of this, but you don't get crazy.
Oh,
You come
yes.
back and you are light, like a kid, inspired. You are great. This is another amazing way. We didn't talk about this. Amazing way to go. You have the opportunity to go to an ayahuasca experience in the right
Ooh.
setup. This opened the door 100% for the emotional experience.
Oh,
Many
wow.
people cry there.
Yeah.
You know, we were in this setup a couple of times. There is a lot of
Yeah.
tears there,
Yeah.
emotions there.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes. Wow. Thank you for bringing
yeah,
ayahuasca here. I might say that this is the most powerful tool that we can go for our emotions and heal our hearts.
yeah,
It's nothing more powerful than ayahuasca. In my whole life, I couldn't experience anything
mhm,
more powerful than that. It's just bringing you to the core of your heart and the core of Mother Earth's
yeah,
heart. It's like
yeah, yeah.
deep connection with
And we
this.
do it there in the jungle, which is 100% connected with the.
Can't wait to talk about the jungle
We
experience
will
and the
have to talk. We will
ayahuasca.
have to talk to this experience. This podcast is coming for sure. So yes, this way to reconnect with emotions, and then the other part we're talking the taking responsibility for them, because it is a power, it's a tool, and it's not no one to be blamed for the emotional world. We all have this. We need to use it, take responsibility, and use it, and it will take us to the next level in all areas of our life. In all areas of our life. So
Totally.
now it is. I would like to make an invitation to, because now is autumn, is the perfect moment to go inside. And with Andrea, she's doing circles, she's doing retreats, events, the same we're doing here in Spark. And this is the purpose of everything that we are doing is to reconnect. One of the purposes is reconnect with these emotions, integrate them, and learn how to use them. So we become powerful in this world and we bring the spirit to this world. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes. Thank you, Pablo, for sharing this. Exactly this is what we want to do to bring this power back into our bodies, into our bones, so we can come from a place of authenticity, not trying to hide anymore. It's enough with hiding. Too
Yeah.
much energy
Yes,
in
yes.
this now.
And
It's time to go
yes, and we
authentic.
want to change this world. We don't want to read books of spirituality in the weekends. We want to change the world. We want to make this world a world of spirituality. And for this, we need the power of emotions. We need it. We need it.
Yes. Yes. How are you feeling by the
I
end of
feel
our
wow.
session?
I feel wow. I feel wow, and I like to go with this feeling. You feel wow, Andrea?
I feel effing wow. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very happy to
Thank you very
very
much.
happy to share
Yes,
this
I
with you.
hope the people out there could feel
Yeah,
as we were sharing a little bit of wow
yes.
too.
For all the people out there, go for your emotions. They're incredible power you have, and many. realizations, and treasures are waiting for you. For the moment, Andrea,
Ah,
we close the session here, and we are going to put the intention so more real, authentic topics will come to us for our next sessions to keep sharing
yes.
about this truth, about life, and to keep enjoying. I'm very grateful to be here with you and to receive all this flow of all this channeling next to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Thank you very much for being so beautifully present. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. We are sending you big, big waves of love.
Big waves
Mwah.
of love. See you next time. Bye bye.
See you next time.